Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. It is April 7th, and we're down here in the lower garden plot, and we're going to talk about planting some sweet potato slips. Now, we have our slips that we pulled off our sweet potatoes early and just threw them in a pot so we could let some others grow in there. We've just hooked up our drip lines, and we have laid about 2 inches of compost on the top. This soil's not real good, and last year we did real good composting the top, kept the weeds down a lot better till the sweet potatoes kind of grabbed hold, so it wasn't near as bad. And we do have, while we're down here, you can see we've got our purple hull peas are blooming, and we've got our green, not blooming, but popping up, and our green beans here are popping up, and we've got corn popping up. Of course, we got grass too. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but this is a grassy spot, and we're just going to let it deal with it. But anyway, we're going to get these planted. Okay, when it comes to planting sweet potatoes, what we do is you plant them 12 to 18 inches apart. We're planting them 12 inches apart. Got the fertilizer in the hole. And what we're going to do is just stir this around good. We'll take and shove these in as deep as possible and cover them up, kind of firm them down. And that's it. We've got a drip line on. It's good and wet. We've got 2 rows of Stokes Purple put in today. That's probably more than we're going to need. We've got 1 more row, but we've got to get more compost before we can put this row in. And now what we're going to move on to is we've just got our drip line set up for our cantaloupes. We got part of the row. We used up the last of the compost so we can get some of these cantaloupes out and get them in, and some of these watermelons that's going to go over in this row. And we've got quite a few different ones here. We've got the Israel cantaloupe. We've got Pecos cantaloupe that was from Save Seed. We've got some Hell's Best, which is my favorite that I normally plant. We've got Rocky Ford cantaloupe, and I think it's a green cantaloupe too. And we've got a honeydew right here. And then we've got several varieties of watermelons that we're going to put out some of them. So anyway, we're going to get started and get this finished up. Okay, we got our watermelons in. I think there's 4 or 5 varieties down here. Normally I would try to separate them out more, but it's not going to matter. The bees will intermix in them, and I'm not saving these seeds, so we'll see how they do. We've got our cantaloupes and honeydews and all of that down in this row. And as you can see, we put these pretty close, about 2 foot apart. Our watermelons are pretty close to 3 foot apart. I just used some old drip lines that I had as far as to do that. Now we've run this water good. They should be watered in good. We'll go ahead and shut this drip system off. As you can see, it's kind of overcast now, which it was sunny earlier, but I knew it was going to get overcast and it's supposed to rain for the next 2 days. So this should be an ideal time to cut down on transplant shock. And our sweet potatoes, they always like a lot of moisture whenever they're rooting in, and being these have good roots on them, they ought to adjust pretty good to their condition. But anyway, that's where we're sitting. And thank you for following along. Hope you enjoyed this, maybe even learned something from it. And if you want to see more videos like this, well, of course, just hit that subscribe, hit the bell, select all, give it a big thumbs up, and share this video. Enjoy that gardening experience.